yonke into uyagiya kwenziwa yonke into hayi ndaba udlala la ugiya ufanele ugiye uqede la uqede qala ukuthi ziyagiya insizwa ubusuphuma wena ushaye intombazana efana nawe uyishaye ngendlela uthi
My name is Jefferson Chabalala and I'm the dramaturg for Young at Home.
Hello, I'm Tswelopele Dlamini and I'm the director of Young at Home. I think for me mostly it's listening to other people's stories and also for your story to be heard, because most of the times we don't listen to people's stories our stories are not heard, and for them it gave them the platform to share their stories with each other and realize that I'm not the only one. We are together, we all have got stories to share. So, and the fact that it was not just one generation, both generations, and finding common factors there.
So it's very interesting because the Gogos and the Mkulus are looking more at memories of like things that happened a long time ago, and some of the younger participants are dealing with present stories, so things like just like that are still very fresh memories to them.
Ungangishiyi mama. Mama ungangishiyi. Mama ungangishiyi.
Umama akasekho nganyama. Umama akasekho nganyama.
And it's just so interesting to see how that exchange of stories has built a community even within the same cast. People are more empathetic towards each other, more understanding of each other's struggles every day, and that has really created such a lovely bond between them.
My name is Joseph Lutlala. I'm the Executive Director of Tswelopele Frail Care Centre that is situated in Hillbrow. The Frail Care Centre was established in April 2005 after Rama Service Foundation discontinued the services of the Department of Social Development. When we started the whole center to look after the people who are chronically ill, frail and marginalized, they had no one out there. In terms of their treatment, because they're staying in one place, it has an impact that when they come back, they come back, revitalized, invigorated, and I'm sure they're able to sleep at night because they've got no stress. They are not even a burden to the nurses, because if you are idling, you think of other things, your children, your family, and other things. But in this scenario, they have gone out for activity, which is not only physical, but it's also psychological. It has got it's a full house.
Andrina Chamber Baba uzizwa ngijabula ngoba into engahamba yenzakele kuze ngiphumela eGoli ngeThekwini ngahanjiswa yona ay ngibona ngathi kusamba kahle ngoba nengane zisithanda ziyajabula manje sidlala zize zingcome ngathi ujabule ingane.
Mama, kumele sibuyele ekhaya manje. Lo muntu uzokubulala. Hayi, angeke azangibulala. Uyangithanda.
Lola Mvemthembu akwamvelasi. Ngizwa kamnandi lapha. Ngisitoli sami ngiyasenza. Kube mnandi. Phambi kwa ngisenza isitoli.
I think as people we should learn to listen to ourselves and learn to to hear our stories. I love the way one of the Gogos always tells her story. It's so detailed. There's the singing, the journey. You can tell, and she really takes you into that space. And I've seen how much she has opened and how much she has healed from the whole process and her story.
My name is Tswelopele Frail Care. I'm a choreographer for Young at Home. The most inspiring thing for me in this process has been how generous people can be. I mean, generous in the sense that strangers are able to meet in a space in Hillbrow and be willing to share their personal stories, from the most happy stories that one can hear to the most depressing and the most sad stories. And I think once one is able to get to that part, you then able to relate to another person as really a person than anything else.
I'm joyous, and I'm doing some soundscapes and what they're calling a sort of a radio component. For me, the most inspiring thing has been watching the youngsters and the elders interact. There's the warmth and the kindness and the gentleness between the two groups.
It's not easy to tell the stories that you run away from. So it was interesting to see the listening to the self and listening to other people's stories and acknowledging them and really going into the shoes of these stories and walking in the journey together and tapping into moments that you also know that in your own story you have those moments, or you're still going to experience those moments, which is beautiful for the kids, because the day they experience the moments that the old age have experienced, they would have had an experience and would know how to tackle or know what alternative they would use.
My name is Surprise.
Dakar.
Lihle.
Brandon.
Nico. Amash.
Friends.
Kisetso. Abongi Wendlovu.
Leslie.
Brendani. Violet. Njabu.
My name is Busiso. Yeah, my favorite thing is working with the grandmothers, because at their age, I couldn't believe that they could be still alive and energetic. Yeah.
My favorite part, being part of this production, was when I finally got the chance to say out my story and act it out.
My favorite part is the choreography of the show.
Being on stage, telling my story and other people's story, understanding life.
It taught me how to be open to each other, like tell people what I feel and them telling me what they feel.
It was being given the opportunity to portray the character of Nobambo, who is 65 years old, older than me. Yes, that was the greatest opportunity I got.
The character that they gave me right now, it's when I had the chance to go and visit my father to the grave, to the show. But in reality, I didn't get any chance to do that. But to the show that we are making, I had the chance to do that. And when I was growing up, I didn't have a chance to talk to the grandfathers and the grandmothers. But now I finally got the chance to do that.
I must say, often when people get older, they seem to be forgotten that they have value. They may be old in terms of age, but inside, they are still human. They've got desires. They still can give back. For instance, I was told by Innocentia saying that one of the beneficiaries, Mema Tukuta, was teaching them some old songs. That's transference of knowledge or skills, or it's like relating a history.
worked on this process, I've been most touched and most inspired by the bravery of each participant. People have really had to delve deep into telling some really, really difficult stories to contend with, deal with some truths that they may have otherwise wanted to keep at bay. Kodwa abantu baye bafika bathetha inyani ngezinto abazaziyo ngendlela inyani bayazi ngayo, and that was very beautiful and inspiring to me.
This process also allowed me to really introspect as to what it really means to have a home, or to think about the concept of home.
Home is like a shelter where you find happiness, nokujabula. Yeah. Noma ungabajikela abazali mara ya.
Home, it's where you can find sadness and happiness at the same moment.
It's a place where you find peace, happiness, mixed emotions.
Home can be anywhere. Home can be, you can even consider a stone as your home, as long as it makes your heart feel calm and your spirit.
It's a place where you're with your family and you feel loved.
Home can be found wherever your heart feels it is like safe and relaxed.
Home is a place where you can actually create memories.
Home can be anything, but at least you're with people you love. Not just your family, but also your friends.
At first, I didn't know what home was, because I can say I didn't have a home. But then since I started this production, I can say that home is where you express who you are, you're safe around what you're doing, you can be whoever you want to be. And that it doesn't take bricks and cement to make a home, but it takes the heart to make a change of what is home.
The importance is being happy. It's coming out of the world of Hillbrow, and really what I like is the fact that we didn't touch, not a lot of them touched about Hillbrow and saying Hillbrow home, Hillbrow home. Home was out there. It was very symbolic, very distant from the space they are in. So we also realized that Hillbrow is not a home, it's a space of transition for all of them. Even for the old age, they still have hope that one day they'll come out of Hillbrow and go back home.